The video begins with a high-angle shot of a bustling modern intersection filled with the grey tones of concrete and the blur of rushing cars. The camera slowly pans away from the noise, moving over a brick wall covered in ivy, descending into a narrow, sun-dappled alleyway paved with uneven cobblestones. This is the entrance to the old market, a hidden pocket of time within the city. A young woman enters the frame, wearing a long, flowy skirt and a knitted cardigan. She adjusts a canvas tote bag on her shoulder and slows her pace, her posture relaxing as she leaves the shadows of the skyscrapers behind and steps into the warm, golden light of the market. Above her, colourful fabric awnings fluttered gently in the breeze, casting dancing shadows on the ground. She strolls past stalls overflowing with vibrant fruits and vegetables. The camera lingers on the textures, the rough skin of pumpkins, the glistening red of polished apples, and the wooden crates stacked high. An elderly shopkeeper is misting a pile of leafy greens with a spray bottle, the water droplets catching the sunlight like tiny diamonds. The woman pauses to watch a stray cat stretching lazily atop a stack of burlap sacks. She reaches out to scratch behind its ears, and the cat pushes its head into her hand. She smiles, a small, private moment of connection before continuing deeper into the market. The scent of yeast and toasted wheat seems to drift visually from the next shop, a rustic bakery with a wooden sign creaking in the wind. Inside, the air is thick with a haze of flour dust illuminated by shafts of afternoon sun. The woman steps inside, the bell above the door ringing silently. Trays of golden croissants, rustic sourdough loaves, and braided pastries are displayed on wooden racks. She points to a long, crusty baguette. The baker, a man with flour on his apron and kind wrinkles around his eyes, nods warmly. He wraps the bread in brown paper, twisting the end with practiced care. As she takes it, she hugs the warm loaf to her chest for a moment, feeling its heat through her clothes. Leaving the bakery, she walks toward a stall that looks like an exploding garden. Buckets of water stand on the cobblestones, filled with sunflowers, daisies, and baby's breath. The floor is wet, reflecting the blue sky above. The florist, a woman with silver hair tied back in a scarf, is trimming stems with sharp shears. The protagonist crouches down to inspect a bucket of pale pink peonies. She touches a petal gently, admiring its softness. She selects a small, wild-looking bunch and hands them to the florist, who wraps them in newspaper and ties the bundle with a piece of twine. The exchange of coins is slow and deliberate, emphasizing the human connection over the transaction. With the baguette peeking out of her tote bag and the flowers cradled in her arm, the woman finds a quiet spot to rest a stone bench beside an old, moss-covered fountain in the center of the market square. The water trickles gently from the spout. She sits down and takes the baguette out, breaking off a small, crispy piece. Crumbs fall onto her skirt, which she brushes away. She eats slowly, watching the world go by. A child chasing a soap bubble, a couple laughing as they share an umbrella to block the sun, and the wind rustling the leaves of a large oak tree overhead. The light begins to shift to the deep amber of the golden hour. Long shadows stretch across the cobblestones. The market is beginning to wind down. Shopkeepers are starting to fold their awnings and pack away crates. The woman stands up, looking refreshed and peaceful. She walks back toward the alleyway entrance, her silhouette framed by the setting sun. As she steps back onto the edge of the modern street, the transition is less jarring now. She carries the calm of the market with her. The video ends with a close-up of the flowers in her arm, a single petal detaching and drifting slowly to the ground as the screen fades to black.